Hi, welcome to K-Drama Hangouts, your weekly review into your favorite Korean dramas, episode by episode. I'm Melody, and with me I have Sarai.
What up?
So, unfortunately, Kat's going to be unable to join us for the rest of Cheese in the Trap, but hopefully we will be wishing for her quick return soon. This week we're going to be reviewing episodes 11 and 12 of Cheese in the Trap. If you missed our reviews of episodes 9 and 10, make sure and check it out in the link below.
So I have to say,
Right off the bat, say it.
these two episodes have really like torn me apart.
Yeah! These two
Like,
episodes were so, like, whiplash.
oh my gosh, like first I'm jumping ship. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Jun is like great. Oh my gosh, and then I hear the story and I'm like, no!
Then you hear his side of the story, too.
Which I have problems with that too. Do you want me to
Dude,
say my problems?
say your problems.
Okay. I'm gonna be as nice as possible about this, but this is just how I feel, okay? Okay, so I was really happy that they were kind of like together and I was kind of swaying to the side a little. Then when I heard Inho's story, I was not completely like, that's the truth, but I figure like, okay, well maybe something's going on, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
then I hear Jun's side of the story, and I will say the nice thing first, okay? Nice thing is he was honest. Yay, he was honest. And I'm happy that he's honest for the first time in his life. But here's where my honesty stops, right? I, as a friend, like I'm thinking in like Bora's situation, if I had a friend who was going out with a guy who was misunderstood, but took the misunderstandings in such a wrong way, I wouldn't want my friend to be with them. I fear for her safety. And that's kind of how I felt when I like listened to the story. I was happy that he came out and said something, but then I was a little worried about Soul because I'm like, okay, I get that he's misunderstood, but what if, he misunderstands her and thinks that she did something and then tries to do something to her? It's not the first time that he's had that thought process, but like I don't want her to be in a relationship where that's taking place. I feel like he needs to get over that hurdle in order for them to fully have this wonderful relationship I'm thinking about.
I don't know where to start. I was like, whenever I was watching it, a friend of mine had watched it before me, and so she was like, "Oh my gosh, you have to watch, you have to watch." And so whenever I was watching it, I was texting her like, "Oh my gosh," and then it got to the scene where Inho like got his hand crushed or whatever, and my friend was like, "I hate Sunbae." I was like, somebody wasn't the one. Like, somebody didn't intend for him to get his hand crushed. I was like, why do you hate him so much? I was like, I love him. But it's mostly just the actor because, gosh, look at him. Oh. And, um, and I was like, but, like, he didn't intend, he just intended for him to get roughed up. He didn't know that they were going to take a bat to his hand and crush his hand, you know? Um, so she was like, he still took it too far. I was like, yeah, I can see where he did take it far, but like, I'm torn, like you too. Like, I feel for both sides of the party because, Sunbae had already seen Inho as a brother, like they had a brotherly bond, you know, and so oh my gosh, I was crying whenever he went to the concert and got that score signed for him. He got the autograph. I was like, oh my gosh, and you never gave it to him. I was sitting here thinking, why did you never give it to him? Why didn't you just give it to him? And then it showed, backstage where he overheard Inho talking backstage about him, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he was so excited, and he told the pianist, he was like, what's your name? And he goes, In Hobik. Like he said that. I was just so proud of him. It was so cute, and then he just got crushed, and I was like, oh man, and then I was like, but then again, yeah, he didn't have to be so rude as to like give it away to other people. He overheard his father talking to the doctor on the phone or whatever, and he was like, he felt betrayed because he took that conversation as Inho and his sister were only there basically to spy on him and report back to his father about how his relationship is or something, how he's being. So at that point, he felt completely betrayed by the guy that he thought was his brother. Like, he looked at him as a brother. I can't justify what he did, but then again, it's like if he's a little messed up in the head, like, I can't not justify it. Like, it's weird because apparently he has a history of, needing a psychiatrist or something. So it's like it's a weird point that I'm at with him, I guess.
I kind of blame both sides. I blame Inho and I blame Yujong, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I blame them on a smaller scale. And I blame the father the most. I feel like the father has placed Yudong in this predicament to be like this person, this
Perfect.
facade of like this perfect person,
Mm-hmm.
And he never got to feel or be able to express himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell that, like, even when they were showing the flashbacks of Inho and Inha sitting down with his father, and then he just walks by and they're just all having a conversation, laughing like they're some family. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like he's not a part of it because he doesn't know how to really express.
Yeah.
And the father doesn't really take interest in, like, come and sit down with us. He's just like, let him go. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of look. So I really blame the father a lot more because that that's crucial for like a child. Like, if your father is literally bringing people into your life just because they feel that you need an extra boost of personality or you need people in your life, he feels like he's being used. But I think that the way he went thinking about it was that I'm being used and everyone's in on it.
Yes, that's why I was saying he felt betrayed by Inho, because he looked at Inho as being a brother, but whenever he overheard his father's conversation, he thought Inho was just ratting on him, basically, was just a report for his father.
I kind of see like the effects of baggage that all these characters have.
Mhm.
And to go on the same topic, but a little bit off, I really understand Inha now. Like, more so than I did. Like, yeah, she's an annoying character, but I understand why. Like, it's like mind-blowing because for her to deal with her brother's abandonment after he left and not having anyone, and in the beginning it was just her and her brother, and for
Mhm.
him to leave and then she has no one, she has trust issues of herself, and the only thing that she feels she can count on is the materialistic things. And
Yeah.
that's why she's always clinging on to money this, money that, because money's the only thing that stays around. At the end of the day, that's the only thing she could count on. And she doesn't feel like she could count on her brother anymore. She doesn't feel like she could count on Yu Jung. So she's by herself, and that's how she copes, and that's how she deals with her life.
Did you have any OMG moments? Because I did.
I'll let you go first. Remind me.
Um, okay. The whole fight scene that they had in the playground was perfect.
I loved it too.
I loved it. It was perfect. It was it was it was it was not like I don't even know like it sounds so bad to say that this fight was perfect, but it was perfect. Like, you know, they were going at each other. In-ho was getting him, and then he was getting in-ho, and then they were both on the ground just like talking it out for a second, and then they roll over and kick each other, and they go at it again, and then they stop for a second to catch their breath, and they're just like, you know, they're talking about it again, and then they get up and they start pushing you over the slide and everything. Like it was perfect. Like it was perfectly written. The blocking for it was perfect. You know, fall over, get pushed over this slide, and then you both fall over. Like the blocking for it was perfect. It was just I loved how it wasn't one of them completely beating the other to a pulp. It was both of them like evenly matched basically.
I liked it too. It was a really good fight. It felt really real. That was
Yeah.
one thing that I
Yes.
liked. It's
Yeah.
super, super real. Speaking of like realism, everything in this 2 episodes were like real deal. Like what I wouldn't say it's my favorite moment, but it was the most touching to me, and I could so relate. Was Soul and her family issues, and
Yeah.
how she's sitting here telling her family, finally getting to release this like burden from her chest that like I always work, I always do for myself, and now you're telling me that I have to take a semester off to support my brother, like to go to the US.
Do anything?
You know, like I can understand her frustration because working hard to do everything on your own and to help support, you know, is really difficult. And sometimes, you know, parents don't see that you put so much effort and stuff. They think you can handle it once they give you a lot of responsibility. But sometimes you really just need to relax, you know, and then they put more responsibility on you and you just want to relax, you know. So I'm glad she finally got to get that off her chest. And I love the dynamics between the mother and the father because it really felt like a fight in my house. Like, no lie, like just a fight that looks so real to me. I can so relate. I've been in one of those fights before. And, and I can laugh about it now, but yeah, it felt really great to see some family dynamics, and also I guess my OMG moments with an S were everything that dealt with In-ho being a part of her family. I was just
It was so
so, oh my gosh, I was blown away. I was so happy that, you know, he was there helping the father hand out the flyers. And
yes.
I was like, that's so cute. And then they say, oh, we're going to go eat together because Soul's back, you know, and whatever. And then I'm like, he's like, oh, I'm just going to stay here and just pass out flyers. They're like, no, you're coming too. Like, what's wrong with you? And then he comes and joins them. And they just have like this really great family dynamic with him in it. And I love it. And I also love the banter between So and In-ho. Even though Yoo Jung got really upset about that in the cafeteria at the college.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I just loved when he was like, oh yeah, your mom's gonna buy that pan, you know. No, don't buy it. That's not good. Like that was super, super cute. And I loved it even though Yoo Jung hated it. I don't care. But I loved it. All right, you guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching so much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you like this video, go ahead and comment about your thoughts. We always love to hear what you guys have to say about the episodes, how you like the drama so far. Are you having second lead syndrome, or are you a male lead to the core? Let us know. We always want to know what you think. And tune in next week as we do episode 13 and 14. So until then, keep it dramatic.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
All right, so guys, this week we put out a special Valentine's Day video on our reviewers recommended rom-com. So since nobody participated in commenting who was the best, everyone's a winner. Yay!
Woo! Except Emergency Couple's better.
Daniel Henney, all the way.
Choi Jin Hyuk all the way.